That third quarter, 34-20, what was the message or what was the change that you directed for the team coming out?
Well, just kind of cut down on turnovers. We had 10 turnovers at the half, and we only had 6 in the second half, so I think that was huge for us. But we just kept grinding the game. Our message is to continue to work the game. The ebbs and flows of the game obviously came down to the end of the game. It felt like we had some comfort there, right there at the end, and all of a sudden that changed. But it's part of the game, and I think these guys are growing and they're learning that.
What have you learned about this group over the last 2 games? It's come down to some final moment heroics, but you guys have managed to keep with the system.
Well, I just think guys are finding a way to execute. Late game, that's huge for a young team that we have, and we got a lot of guys that were in college last year and still learning how to win at the pro level. But I think when you have games like the one we had in New York, the games like tonight, it builds your confidence. And now, we're going to need some more of our younger guys to step up. With the FIBA stuff is about to take place. We lose Kaiser, we lose Kennedy for a couple weeks. So it's a great opportunity for us to get some more reps for guys like, Andre Washington and Richard Marty. Be a lot more minutes for those guys over the next few weeks.
Andre's been getting the starts today and Sunday as well. Didn't play very much today. What can he do to get up to speed for when you're going to have to rely on him more?
He's doing his job. He's doing what we ask him to do right now. It's more so to just kind of buy some minutes for Bruno and Kennedy at that 5. We don't want him to come out and pick up a cheap foul, and then we're forced in the other late part of the game that we can't have him on the floor. I mean, he's been huge for us right now. The ability to score the ball on the post. When shots are not going, it's always good to be able to have somebody that you can punch it into, and Kennedy's shown that he can be that guy for us. So Dre my pit bull this year. What I'm saying? Good luck was last year, now Dre my pit bull for this year. So he's always ready, got a great attitude, and just going to keep getting stronger and keep building his confidence, because I think by the time the end of the season over, he's someone that I feel like we can be really, really intriguing.
It's nice to see Lorenzo really take over the offensive part of this game, the last 2 games now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I want him to be aggressive. I want him to be able to use his ability to get in the paint, use his ability to score, but I want him to take care of the ball. I mean, 6 turnovers is too much for my point guard. We've got to get that somewhere down to less than 3. And a lot of them are just the careless ones. I mean, I don't mind aggressive turnovers, trying to make plays for others. But when they're just, losing them off the bounce, he's too good for that. So I think he'll get better in that department as the year goes on, as he's continuing to grow into the role of a time and score point guard down the stretch. But he's learning, and he has, he's open-minded to getting better. So that's a good thing.
Speaking of turnovers, I mean, you guys had 10 in the first half and then 1 in the third. What changed?
Man, I think it's as simple as just protecting it and being a little more sure, with our passes. Again, we had backcourt turnovers, just not getting the ball to the point guard. I think Bruno had one where he hit up the sideline, and we never do that. We want to get it to the point guard, and then we hit up the sideline. So the guy that was running the wing wasn't ready for the ball. So it's just little things that they'll get better at as the year goes on, and they get a better feel for each other. This group had, like I said, they hadn't been together for that long a time, and for them to grind and do what they did in these last couple games, really, really proud of them.
Zach was instrumental in that first half for the Knicks, facilitating for his teammates. He had 9 assists in the first half. You guys did a great job limiting his facilitating in the second half. What was being done there?
I think we may close out the shooters. I mean, I think he's a really, really savvy point guard. He's one of my favorites, actually. I mean, I was at that Miami game when he had 30 like in the second half or something. So and then his dad was a mentor of mine when I was a young boy when he was at Florida State. He and my brother played on the same team at Florida State. So I got a connection with him and hoping that he does well. But man, he has a knack for a flair for some excitement, and he knows how to pass the ball. So I wish him well.
Coach, the Knicks shot a lot of threes in the first half, making over 70%. What adjustments did you have to make on defense?
I think it's more just, closing out to him. I mean, Cornette, I'm looking at this kid like, why is he here? You know what I'm saying? He's one of those kids like he could help an NBA team the way he can stretch the floor at the 5, and he does some good things defensively as well. So hopefully by the next time we see him, he'll be called up somewhere. So because he definitely gave us some problems. But I think with Bruno and Kennedy, those guys closed out a little bit harder on him in the second half and was able to make him miss a couple of them.
was really tip-off, but what do you make of the energy coming from the crowd today?
Oh, man, that was beautiful. I mean, our guys are used to it. I think that's the good thing about it with our player development and them kind of getting up early. They're used to kind of getting up early and performing. So, but the crowd, the kids were great. They came in and, they kind of throw off our butter call when we get late in shot clock. It's always Nikki with her high pitch. And with the kids in their high pitch, you couldn't hear them, couldn't distinguish the butters today, but it was good for them. Hopefully they had fun and enjoyed the game.
Who's the biggest kid on your roster?
Kennedy Meeks, no doubt about it. I mean, he's the biggest kid that we got. He loves to have fun, but when he's in between those lines, he can focus and he gets serious, and he knows how to put the ball in the basket as well.